Welcome to this Coherent Leadership call for December. This is a call we do on the first Thursday of each month. Welcome back to those of you who have been tracking this series and participating before, and a special welcome those of you who are here for the first time. I'm normally here with my wife and partner, Kate Naga, but she can't make it tonight. She's traveling, but great to see you all here. I would invite those of you who are in front of a computer to turn on your video at this point, just so we can say hi and see you in this opening part here. And that's in the bottom left of your Zoom panel, if you're able or willing to do that. So we offer this series as I said, as a regular monthly event, and you can participate as a one-off. You can drop in, and each call is self-contained and beneficial in its own right, but we do actually recommend that you attend on a regular basis. There is a sequence to the series, builds over time. We're creating a very coherent group field that we can all draw upon for our own personal support, but also to support the greater coherence in the wider movement. And so just so that you are aware that there is a sort of organic logic to the sequence of this series. This is offered in partnership with the One Nation political party and platform. And for those of you who might be new to One Nation, I'm going to introduce Christopher Life, who is the president, founder of One Nation. And what we do at the start of these calls is ask Christopher to give us an update with what's happening on the leading edge of the One Nation movement, and just to give us some context so that we can have that in our awareness as we're going into the field and with our practice. So over to you, Christopher.
Thank you, David, and hello to everybody. It's wonderful to be together this evening, this month again. For those of you who are not familiar, One Nation is an emerging American political party in service to our deepest individual and collective potential, and the systemic transformations required to be able to get there. As far as an update, we are in the final stretch of our preparation year. So 2019 has been deemed preparation, and we have been working through the year to prepare for our public launch, and which happens in January. And so we have a team. Actually, we're grounded here in San Diego, and we're working around the clock to put all the pieces in order, our announcement videos, some of our promotional videos, our website, core aspects of the January launch campaign. And everything is looking well. The team is coherent. We have members stepping up to play various roles to hold different aspects of the field and the organization. The organization itself is grounding our governance models, financial models, how we're structuring things. Everything's just really crystallizing and solidifying exactly as we hoped it would in preparation for our launch year. And 2020 is we push that big green button, and we bang some pots and pans and wave some flags and create as much ruckus as we can to create as much attention as we can in service to sharing with the world that us versus them politics is not the only option. And there's actually something called all-win politics that can be a completely new paradigm as far as how we think about running our nations, and that we can raise up a new generation of leaders that are truly devoted to an all-win world and creating a world that works for all, and helping those all-win leaders to find themselves in positions of leadership in cities, states, and nations. So we have a big year planned, and everything is on track. And I would ask any aspect of this meditation that can be in service to all the final pieces coming together as we prepare for January. And then just to plant the seed that the meditation for next month could kind of be like as much energy kind of going out. And so we're rooting down to reach out. And I think that's what I've got for everyone today. And I'm looking forward to the meditation, David.
Yeah. Great, Christopher. Thank you. A very exciting moment, very consequential moment, it seems, for the birth of the movement and, for our whole country. It's obviously a very historic time that we're going through together here, and we're doing this kind of practice. It feels very important at this time to do what we can to stabilize ourselves amidst a lot of chaos that's in the field, and to be offering a different kind of reference point for each other and the collective from that chaos to more stability and grounding and presence. So I wanted to just say a few things about the practice before we go into the field tonight. And just to say, I've just come back from the dentist, so if you see a slightly funny thing in my right side of my mouth, it's just that part is a little bit lacking in feeling right now. But I wanted to just give a context to the particular practice we're doing tonight. In the previous months, we have focused on activating the heart and the higher mind center. We work with 3 basic centers: the belly, the heart, the mind. And tonight we're going to be working on the belly center. And when we work with these centers, the idea is that as we're bringing our personal and collective attention to these centers in ourselves, it helps to awaken and activate the intrinsic qualities that those centers hold, which is where a lot of our potential lies. So, for example, the heart, intrinsically to its nature, has certain qualities such as love, joy, courage, kindness and compassion, and so on. The higher mind tends to intrinsically have qualities such as clarity and stillness, and silence, wisdom, insight, peacefulness. And the belly center tends to intrinsically have qualities of groundedness, solidity, steadiness, steadfastness, anchoring us in this plane. And so when we work with these qualities, we each tend to have more easier access to one or the other center. Some of us have easier access to the qualities of the heart, others to the qualities of the mind, others to the qualities of the belly. And in the practice, I'm going to invite you tonight to be connecting with the intrinsic qualities of your own belly center. And so when I ask you to do that, practice is really just to open to whatever degree of access you have, whatever feels natural to you, whatever amount of those intrinsic qualities you feel authentically available. But then we bring our group presence into the center of the field. And what happens in this practice is those of us who do have easier access to the qualities of that center, they bring that presence and those qualities into the center of the field. And that the coherence, the resonance, the group presence that gets created from that process supports all of us to more easily access and activate those qualities in us. And this principle is a bit like traditional notion of spiritual work when you go and see a guru or something. And when you sit with someone who has a lot of development, who has a lot of presence, who has a lot of silence, just being in their presence, you get to resonate with those qualities, and it there's a transmission. You catch it in your own being. You just fall into resonance with it. Well, in this case, what we're doing is the group field itself is the thing, is the presence that is transmitting those qualities. And so in the same way, we just come into resonance with that group center, and we can catch it. It can rub off on us. So here we're both creating that center together, and the transmission is happening from the group to each of us. So that's how this method tends to work. Just a little bit more about the belly center. It is the center that connects us to the earth. It's where it allows us to bring our higher visions and ideals into manifestation, into embodiment. So if our belly center is not very developed, we can have great vision or we can have beautiful heart qualities, but it's hard for it to really land, for us to really fully incarnate here with those higher qualities, hitting the earth for real. In and of itself, it tends not to have as many bells and whistles as some of the higher centers. The higher mind, you can have these beautiful subtle visions and insights, and the heart, or the beautiful qualities of the heart. The belly center tends to be experienced. It's a little more plain in a certain way. It's the foundation. It's the stability. But you can think of it also a little bit like a tree. Like imagine a big redwood tree, and how stable and how solid and how immovable, rooted in the earth, and yet still flexible. So it still can sway in the breeze. It's a good image for us in developing the belly center. We don't have to become rigid to get grounded and in our center and connected to the earth. It's about more being open to the earth. And there is a flexibility, but it does also come with that feeling of steadiness and steadfastness, and the capacity to stay the course, even when we might have distractions or challenges that knock us off. It's our ballast. It keeps us coming back into alignment over and over again, and steadily working towards the manifestation of our vision. Okay. So we're going to go into the practice, and there'll be space at the end for sharing. That's all very usually a rich time to be building our field of collective intelligence here. I'll turn my video off for the meditation and see you on the other side. So, I invite you please to close your eyes now and just get yourself comfortable if you're not already. And let's just take a few moments here just to simply relax and to settle and to arrive more fully into this moment. I invite you to consciously give yourself the gift of resting in this moment and releasing and letting go of whatever might be still moving in you from the activities of the day. and greeting whatever's here for you, whatever emotions, feelings, sensations, whether they're challenging or pleasant. Being with the reality of your experience just as it is. Please bring your awareness and attention to your heart center, located in the middle of your chest, and take some deeper breaths in and out of your heart. Giving space to your heart to be here, welcoming your heart. And opening to a feeling of gratitude in your heart for this opportunity to come together in this way, to create a field of healing and depth together. And gratitude to each other for showing up, knowing that we do need each other to draw forth the full healing potential and power of our group field. Letting your awareness settle down now into your legs and feet and pelvis, and just sensing places of contact with the ground. Feeling and opening your awareness to the vast living presence of Earth itself. Sensing your awareness now dropping down into the earth, as if you're extending roots that reach deep down into the earth, securing you, stabilizing you in contact with the earth. Sensing your awareness dropping all the way down to the very core of the earth. I invite you to sense the resonance between the core of the earth as the center of the earth's energy field, and your own heart as the center of your energy field. On your next in-breath, sense that you're breathing in and up through those roots the vitality and power and aliveness of the earth. Feeling those energies drawing up and coming into your feet and legs and starting to feel your whole body. And as these alive energies of earth start to fill your body, sense yourself opening like a tree opens its branches, opening your awareness to the sky and receiving the light from the sun and the stars. Sensing that light pouring down from the heavens and cleansing and purifying your whole energy field. Connecting you with the vast mystery of the cosmos. I'd like you to see that light surrounding you, creating a healthy boundary, brings a sense of wholeness and integrity to your whole being. Being present here is your very deepest and highest self. Please now extend your awareness to the presence of everyone who's on this call. And let's also include those who will participate later via the recording. And just opening, connecting to our group field, our shared presence. Seeing and feeling a membrane of light around this group field, drawing us all into deeper coherence and resonance. Opening together to sources of the sacred. Mystery of existence itself. The wonder of creation. Please bring your awareness now back to our group field and imagine that we're gathered in a circle. I invite you to visualize on the inside circumference of our circle that we're creating together a filter of golden light. This filter allows us to pass through in our very essence, or holding lovingly but firmly all other energies for the duration of our practice. sensing that we're creating that filter together now with our shared intention, visualization. And then please bring your awareness back to your own being, presence. And I want to invite you now to bring your awareness to your belly center, located a little bit below your actual navel, sometimes called the hara. And just breathing into this center a few times, gently awakening this center, making contact with this part of your being. And I invite you to start to connect the intrinsic qualities of this center. Steadiness, steadfastness, solidity, rootedness in the earth, groundedness. Sense of immovability. Ability to stay the course. Ballast. And I want to invite you now to start to sense that you're extending your belly center with all of these qualities into the center of our field now, sensing this part of your being, passing through our filter of light, coming into the very center of our circle, sense that we're coming closer together. Our belly centers coming closer together. And then starting to mix and to merge. To unite together. Forming in the center of our field one very, very strong group belly, group will. And just keeping your awareness in the center of our field and noticing what you sense is emerging there. What is our shared presence like there? our shared steadfastness, our shared commitment to reality, to life. Sensing the depth, the density, the strength of this shared presence of our group will. Invite you to sense that at the base of our center of group will, that there is an opening that leads down to connect with the earth. Like a tree with its roots deep in the earth, sensing our group belly reaching down, grounding the potent aliveness of the earth. Sensing in the center of our field, through this opening to the earth, that we're available to the nutrients of the earth and the organic wisdom of the earth to feed into our group belly. Gently bringing your awareness now back to your own presence, your own being. Invite you to welcome this group presence, this group will, our shared belly center. Sense that you're welcoming and drawing that presence into your own field. Sensing as that presence comes closer, that your own belly center be activated in resonance with this group presence. Sensing your own belly center opening down to the earth, sensing your roots in the earth, and sensing that this group presence that we're inviting into our own being contains something of the true essence of every one of us here. Sensing that we are supporting each other on a deep level to stabilize together. To really be here on earth, embodied, steady in our commitment to life, to love, to truth. Invite you to sense your roots in the earth, reaching out and overlapping with the roots of everyone who's on this call. Like a beautiful forest with overlapping roots. Stabilizing each other in this earth. And sensing how this presence creates a beautiful foundation for your heart, your mind, your spirit. And in this field of deep, coherent presence, welcome all forms of support from the visible and invisible realms. To ground and stabilize each of us in our calling and work. Ground and stabilize the One Nation movement in this final phase of preparation. May we be guided to move in alignment with the real, with the earth, with the cosmos, with our own deeper essence. Couple of minutes of silence to allow this to deepen and integrate. Gently bringing your awareness back to where you are located in 3D reality. Feeling your feet on the ground. Sensing your surroundings, connecting with your sovereignty as a unique and autonomous individual. Or still deeply in connection with the group field. And getting ready to move into time of sharing, open the circle for sharing. I just invite you to sense if there's something about your experience that you would like to share. It's always welcome. And if and when you do feel that you would like to share something, just if you're via computer, you can just unmute your own line, the bottom left of the screen. If you're calling in, I believe you hit *6. I'm going to turn my video back on.
Hi, David.
Yeah.
This is
Hello.
Martha in Seattle. I'm so glad I finally got a chance to join in.
Hi, Martha.
Yeah. Something that I sensed was when we were all in the center, it was also like the tree of Hiawatha. Kind of the same type of metaphor of all of us in a circle instead of, and then the tree was also, our sacral. And then I also sensed as we were coming back in and expressing it out as well, that it was going out through all the mycelium.
Yeah.
And the mycelium can be a carrier for all of us as well as just our hearts. I just wanted to add that. Thank you.
Thanks, Martha. Yeah, definitely.
How do I unmute myself again?
I'll do that for you.
Okay.
Good.
Hi, this is Jana.
Hi, Jan.
When we came into the center to feel the coherence of our belly centers, I felt a great warmth, like a shared warmth, and that made me think about, like, if there's a swarm of bees in a wall, how you can feel the heat through the wall.
Yeah.
And that the activity going out from our union, the energy going out from our shared space was very intentional. It was methodical. It was intentional. It was like that. The energy of the bees at their job. It felt warm and sweet.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And I think the metaphor of the bees is a good one because it feels like we're exploring something here like hive mind, hive consciousness. So I resonate with that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Hello, everyone. This is Rob from Earth. I'm coming to you live from California.
Might need to speak up just a little bit there.
Can you hear me now?
Rob?
How's that?
Yeah.
Let's see. So that was really powerful, and I want to personally thank you for leading that. And the moment that I want to call attention to was the moment where we connected as the deepest part of ourselves from the gut with everyone in the circle. And it felt at this point as though we really united as one unity consciousness, as if we were making this big soup, and everyone in this circle right now represents a different vegetable or meat or whatever it is you want to put into your soup here. And individually, we all have our own unique flavor and nutrients and all these things. But then as soon as you go into the pot, all that changes and becomes one unified meal. And in this way, it is sacred because it honors every aspect of everyone that's present. And it wouldn't be the same if anyone wasn't there. It only makes sense when it's a whole. It only makes sense when everyone is there, and everyone's doing their thing, everyone's singing their song, whatever that may be. I feel like this is how I feel personally about One Nation and what y'all are doing here. So I'm just really excited to be here, and having been through that meditation, I feel ready to really dive in. Thank you.
Thank you. It's very beautiful to hear that. And what I'll just say about that is that I think it's true with this practice that it's both personal and impersonal in a sense. Like the field that we create, it matters who is here. You know, each person does bring something unique to that stew or soup or whatever. And it's not necessarily just interchangeable, even though we can meet in everyone has their essence, but there's something about each person's uniqueness that makes up this particular field. And it's good for you to acknowledge that. Thank you. Joe? Hi. Thinking. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I guess I just wanted to acknowledge how much I appreciate that. I appreciate the energy in the center and the strength of it that was felt, harmony of it. But I'm just amazed to realize how much can be received back when we bring it back to ourselves. I just felt like I was inside a giant tree that was full of strength and commitment, and it really nourished my heart also. And I'm just amazed. I believed in the strength of, groups meditating together, but I'd never thought about bringing that energy back into me, and I so appreciate this. So thank you.
Beautiful, Jill. Thank you so much. I can see it in you.
I'll just share a little bit as we're winding down here. I don't have anything particularly to share about this meditation except for gratitude for you, David, and everyone together. In these last couple minutes, I just started having these kind of visions of where we go from here. You know, I just kind of started seeing, you know, groups in the streets or groups at large events or large events in the physical integrated with thousands or more digitally, just kind of integrating like local and non-local and just continuing to stir this pot, you know, and we're doing this monthly as a coherent leadership meditation to cultivate the 3 energy centers. And with Heal US, I appreciate that program so much as well. And I feel like we're preparing to use this as a dynamic tool in certain moments and circumstances. So I just want to share that, kind of those visions of the future of where things can go from here.
Yeah.
And then also just for anybody who's on this call who is not yet a member of One Nation, but you might be inspired having heard what you've heard tonight or experienced what you've experienced, please do consider registering as a member of the network officially. And you can do that by going to onenation.party, onenation.party/membership. And you can register as a member.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Christopher. And I'll just add, to those of you who are not yet a member of One Nation, just my 2 cents about, here you have a new political movement that is aligned with this kind of approach, and it's a very profound shift in terms of what they're bringing, what we are bringing, those of us who are part of this movement. So I very much encourage you to check it out at this time when most of our political options have become very run out of creative steam. Then there's time for something new to come in. So thank you again, everyone. Let's just take another 20 seconds of silent gratitude as a way to seal this call and seal this field for tonight. To silent gratitude to each other and to all the beings and forces that we called into the field to seal this call. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a beautiful month. Hope to see you next month. I'm going to unmute all the lines so we can say goodbye. Good day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Happy holidays.
Bye. Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Hey, Sophia.
It's all about guessing how America filled in the blanks. In this game, the stylists will be competing against the bakers for a chance to win $15,000.